Today we'll be talking about joints, fibrous joints, and diseases. And this is Chase Bourne. Joints are the place where two bones connect and meet. Ligaments are short bands that touch fibers, connective tissue that function to connect one bone to another, forming the joint. Tendons are made of elastic tissue and also play a role in functioning of joints. They connect to the muscle. A coating of another fibrous tissue called cartilages covers the bone surface, keeping the bones from rubbing together against each other. Ball and socket joints, such as hip and shoulder joints, are the most mobile type of joint. They also allow you to cover your arms or to move your arms and legs in many different directions. And then next, we have fibrous joints. The articulating parts are separated by white connective tissue, fibers, which pass from one part to another. There are two types of fibrous joints, Sutter joints and Gomphosis joints. These are fixed joints where bones are united by a layer of white fibrous tissue of varying thickness. And this skull joint between the bones are called Sutters. Symphyses are the most common type of fibrous joint, found between the forearms and the legs. Fibrous joints are strongly unite adjacent bones that serve to and provide protection to the internal organs. Next, we have diseases of the joints. Osteoporosis, in which means low density. The bones are brittle and weak and prone to an easy disease. This is by far the most common disease among joints. It currently affects 44 million people in the United States, and half of them are ages 50 and over. Osteoporosis strikes more women than men, and even children may be at risk for developing juvenile osteoporosis, also called osteomyelitis. Infection of bone tissue is rare, but a serious condition.
Okay, so today we got joints, severous joints, cartilage joints, and fibrous joints. We also going to talk about the many diseases that there are, stuff like that. Okay, so a joint is defined as a connection between two bones in the skeletal system. Joints can be classified by the type of tissue present, fibrous, cartilaginous, or similar, or by the degree of the movement permitted. Cinerosis, amphitherosis, or diatherosis. In our presentation, we're going to talk about joints in the human body. A fibrous joint is where the bones are bound by tough fibrous tissue. There are typically joints that require strength and stability over range of movement. Fibrous joints can be further subclassified into citrus, gomophysis, and syndophysis. Synovial joints, cartilage joints, and fibrous joints are the different types of shape and base joints. A synovial joint, also known as a diathesis, joins bones or cartilage with a fibrous joint capsule. That is a continuous with the periosteum of the joint bones. Constitutions, the outer boundary of the synovial cavity and surrounded the bones or cartilage surfaces. Synovial joints are further classified to 6 different categories on the basis of the shape of the structure of the joint. The shape of the affected affects the type of movement permitted by the joint, figure 1. These joints can be described as planar, hinge, pivot, cotyloid, saddle, or ball and socket joints. There are many types of diseases, as Chase went over before, but some other ones are the osteoarthritis. The most common type, osteoarthritis, is the wear and tear form that increases with age. Rheumatoid arthritis, rheum arthritis is an autoimmune condition affect the lining of the joints. Juvenile endopathic arthritis, lupus, gout, and bursitis. These are all the type joints and diseases that contain in the human body.
It's Chase Barnes,
And I'm Yusuf Barrett.
and this is our joint video project. Thank you.